Hello everyone. Today, I'd like to share with you our new all-in-one event controller from MIG-EC100. First, let's look at the front. The most noticeable feature is this foldable 21.5-inch screen, which can be used for multi-preview. Next is an introduction to the button panel. In the upper left is the layer area, supporting up to 14 4K layers. Together with the function buttons on the right, you can perform various layer settings. Below that are the input source buttons, supporting up to 12 inputs. Next is the preset area, which has 30 preset buttons. With the page flip button on the right, you can save and load up to 60 presets. Then we have the background area, supporting up to 8 background images. This is the 7-inch touchscreen, used for menu viewing and various operations. Here are the selection and knob buttons that work with the touch screen. This is the radar knob. Then the number pad for quickly setting various layer values. On the far right is the transition area, where you can use the T-bar for transitions, as well as cut and fade in out buttons. Through these two buttons, you can precisely switch between the main output and auxiliary output. On the top, you can use button combinations to lock the console, output a black screen, or freeze the output. There's also a special function. Using a button combination, you can directly edit the image on the main output screen. Now, looking at the back of the 740. First, the input interfaces. The blue area has 6 inputs on each side. Among these, 8 inputs are hybrid interfaces, where HDMI 2.0 and DP 1.2 are mutually exclusive. You can only use one type per port. There are 8 such inputs. Then there is one HDMI 1.4 on each side, plus 2 12G SDI inputs. That makes 12 inputs in total. Now, looking at the green output area. The 4 main outputs are all HDMI 2.0, with each output having A and B connectors for redundancy backup. Additionally, each main output corresponds to a set of fiber optic outputs. Channels 1 and 2 correspond to fiber output 1. 3 and 4 correspond to fiber output 2. 5 and 6 correspond to fiber output 3. 7 and 8 correspond to fiber output 4. Both the HDMI and fiber outputs are active simultaneously. There are also 4 HDMI 1.3 auxiliary outputs. This area is for outputs. On the left side, Ethernet ports for software control, a USB port for upgrades, and Genlock input and output. On the far right, there is an HDMI output for multi-preview.